How you doing? Welcome to the Sage Show. This is Roy again, and this message, it's kind of late, but it's just something I just felt I just wanted to talk about. And this is for all the guys out there who are not presently with their children right now. Whether that had been from, you and your girlfriend, and you all had a child together, or marriage that you're no longer a part of anymore. Right now in this country, we have a 70% single parent household. Okay? And the men only holding 20% of the jobs. Now, I mean, those numbers are just right across the board, and they've been ignored. And they play it off, and they say that, all the guys are still making more money and stuff like that, when, yes, we're making more, guys, but we're having to do a lot of arduous work. Now, that means longer hours of work, and we have to do harder jobs. Those are the 20% jobs. The majority of those jobs, that is us. And that's what we're doing. It causes us to be away from home an awful lot. And it definitely puts a stress on any relationship for a man to be productive. That's why I think the best way is to go back to doing it the way they did it in the ancient days, in which I constantly teach you all how to actually build a dynasty. Okay? But I will go into that later. But I want you all to understand that this is the most depressing thing that a man can go through. Missing their children. Especially for guys that really want to be there for their children. As for me, I have 2 little girls, and I really haven't spent any time with them in 2 years. And it's a very depressing thing. But guys, I want you to understand that you're not the only one going through it. And I want you to pull yourself together. And I'm finna tell you exactly what's gonna happen. You got to understand, at this time, the system is built against the man. That's why I do not at all prescribe to anyone getting married until they're at a level of where they're satisfied in their life. Okay? Now, what I want you to understand is that this perpetuated thing that's happening around us, this is how it's gonna happen for us. Now, although things are not looking good, let me tell you how things are gonna get better. They're with your children, or your child is with their mother right now. And she is being mind controlled by a pattern of groupthink. Okay? Because if you've been listening to me, you would understand what I'm talking about. So the main reason why you all was not together, because you all joined a merger of 2 corporations together at the wrong time. And remember, I always talk about timing. Okay? If you have children, before you reach a certain milestones and you reach certain plateaus in life, that's where you're the child becomes number 1. It's no longer about you and her anymore. Having a child is a getting married is a very big decision, because it hinges on millions of dollars that you could lose. Especially in the type of groupthink society that the people that run this entire world have developed around us. But this is what's going to happen. Your children are away from you. And yes, I'm going to tell you now. Yeah, they're not doing as well as we would like them to do. Okay? It takes two parents, a male and a female, to properly raise a child. Okay? And without the male there, see, the woman can only raise a child. She can only raise a child until it's a child, until it's a teenager. And then from that point, it's up to the male to take over and be more of a robust figure and more insensitive part of that child's life for that child to have a balanced life. But the mother gives full attention and love, and the man is insensitive and is not as emotional as a male and female. Do you understand? Can you see the balances that I'm speaking about that come together to create and to develop a person? Okay. Although things are not doing well in your instance nor mine, I want you to know this, is that that day that your children become of age, where they're understanding more of the world around them, and they begin to ask questions, they will figure out that what happened in the past between you and their mother, they're going to figure out that situation, whether it was your fault, her fault. Now, if it's your fault, whether it is your fault or not, your children are going to want to be a part of your life, because that is what makes a complete person. Now, if you were not a good father, your communication will never be the best, but you will have some communication, okay? But you must you will have to reach for that communication. But you can have it, and it's there, and it will be loved from you, okay? And in some cases, it might develop into a harmonious relationship, okay? Because you got to understand, once the children grow up and they start putting two and two together, and they start finding out exactly what's going on, you know, but you have to be a man about it as well and just say, look, I was not mature at the time that I made that decision. And they're going to respect that, but you have to be honest. You have to be honest. Now, for that man that is not presently with his children, and it was not his fault, this is what's going to happen. The children will come of age. They will come of age to know exactly what's going on around them. And they are going to find out exactly who was at fault, whether it was the mom or the dad. They're going to break down the situation. Always remember, your kids are a part of you. And inside of their DNA, they have questions, and they do the same things you do. And they have the same, and they have answers to questions, and they will seek you because you will complete them as a whole. And what they will do is this, is that because if the mother has not been fully engaging the children in a positive nature about you, they will come to resent the mother for the rest of the mother's life. Although right now she has those children and they're loving her and she's loving them and things are going well for them, when those children grow up, those children will look at both sides and they're going to make a common conceptual picture. And if they will turn against the mother, this is how humans work. And they will love you and will be all, they might even move in with you. That your children will come to love you even more. And in some cases, they will not even communicate with the mother again. Because when a person misses a part of themselves as they grow up, they harbor that deep inside of themselves, and a deep resentment resides for the one who is responsible for it. And it's just the way it is. I told you I will always tell you the truth, and in each of those cases, a positive outcome. Do not despair. Hold your head up high and love yourself. You're not going to be a perfect person, and you never will be. But your children will always come back, and they will love you. Always remember that. And when your children come, be ready to teach. And put your information that is inside of you, of wisdom and of the world around, into them. And they will carry on your name for generations to come. I want to thank you very much for listening to The Sage Show. My name is Roy. Stay positive in your life. And visit me at www.theilluminatedsage.com. I hope this touched you. And you take care. Bye-bye.